right, hello. This is the Semi-Intelligent Sports Podcast, and I am Marc Anthony Davis.
Sam Lucker.
And today we're going to go over all the NFL stuff over the last season. If you are curious why we call it the Semi-Intelligent Sports Podcast, it's because, we're not super sweaty game film analysts or former players like Ron Jaworski. We're not dumb media gasbags like Skip Bayless. I hate Skip Bayless with a burning fury. So if you appreciate like First Take and Skip and Shannon as legitimate sports coverage, you can go to hell right now, and I mean that. Because if you appreciate that, you're not gonna appreciate us or anything that's one iota of intellectual. Anyways, if you want to see Skip Bayless, actually, I remember this is a good video. You Google B-ball breakdown, Skip Bayless, a First Take, and you see Mark Cuban after they won that championship that year. He actually exposed Skip Bayless. He didn't know what the 2-3 zone was. Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Yeah, if you're gonna talk about sports,
You gotta know what a 2-3 zone is. You're gonna talk about basketball.
Is that 3 on the wing, 2 in the paint?
Other way around.
Okay. Yeah.
So we're just gonna go on with the pod. Start with the Super Bowl. That's something that happened.
That's a game that was played.
The most important thing before we get to all the game stuff, what was your Super Bowl setup?
First I was at Jacob's friend's house on his couch looking at his TV. Very simple.
Okay, very simple.
And then I came
what's the
home.
size of this TV?
I'm not sure.
Oh,
It's like medium size.
so 30-something inches?
Yeah, maybe.
All
It's
right.
a little bigger than the one I have.
I'm gonna go on.
And then I came home at halftime, or like the third quarter, late in the third quarter.
Oh, you thought it was done?
I did.
Idiot.
But I watched it at home.
All right.
I finished watching it at home. I just didn't want to hang out there anymore.
Oh, what? They were spouting a pro-Trump speak or something that you didn't like?
No, it was just like Jacob and Trevor. It got kind of boring.
Oh, Trevor.
Yeah.
I didn't know. Well, how they got born? They're dynamic personalities.
I wasn't happy.
Well, my Super Bowl setup, I went to my grandmother's house with my father, and we watching this gigantic television. It was really nice, and we had a bunch of food, and we had a bunch of cats, because she's the grandmother's the typical cat lady. She has about 20-something cats with inside or outside the house in the vicinity.
Oh, it's only 20?
Man, it's at least 20. It's like every cat in eastern New Orleans is at that house because she keeps feeding them.
That's not good.
It's
not bad. It's just
feeding the animals. I don't think that's pretty good. It's better than them being in a zoo. I think so.
Yeah, I guess.
Anyways, it was pretty enjoyable. Me and my dad, we were talking a lot about the history of football and what's gonna how this game's gonna play out, and what's funny about my dad, he said, man, he always trying to find a way how this game is rigged. Football obviously is not rigged.
Not usually, no.
But he's like, man, the Falcons win this game's rigged. And then 2
How?
quarters later, he's like, well, the Patriots win this is rigged. I'm like, that's not how it works.
No matter who wins, the game's rigged.
The game's rigged. And he said, if the Patriots win, I'm not watching football. Yeah, for the next
Sure.
6 months maybe, but
You're not watching football until next season.
yeah. Anyways, everyone, it was me, him, my aunt, and my grandmother. We were pro Falcons, and we asked my grandmother. She don't even watch football, and who's the one that supports Trump? And he said, oh yeah, we said the Patriots. Yeah, that's the one I want to win. What are you doing, Grandma? Oh my God. So who were they rooting for at your place?
I think it was fairly even. They either didn't care or no, they just didn't care. They just didn't care.
Do y'all view the Patriots as an evil empire?
No.
Okay.
I understand that they've been caught cheating a couple times.
Only a couple.
But they're just the ones that got caught. They're not the only ones that do it.
Yeah.
So it's not.
Interesting
it's not fair
stat. Interesting stat. Non-sports related. Did you know, according to some website, 99.4% of rapists don't go to jail? I don't know if that sounds totally bullshit, because that's a really high number.
That can't be true.
I know that sounds ridiculous, but hey, shout out to that website. Anyways, I don't think like I hate when people bring up Deflategate, like try to ruin Tom Brady's legacy. Because I remember in 2014, that's the year I took chemistry, or 2015, whenever it happened, I was taking chemistry, and I know PV equals NRT. So like if the temperature stays the same, if everything stays the same, but if the pressure goes down, I mean that's totally, it makes sense. It like mathematically it would make sense that the pressure would go down if one of the other variables went down, because it got colder as the game goes on. Because that's what happens
significantly colder. Yeah.
Yeah, because if it's like you're playing at 9 o'clock on the East Coast in freaking Foxborough, it's like almost negative like 10 degrees out there. Of course, the pressure is gonna go down. But why? And I don't get why we had to write a 100-page Wells report talking about. They really didn't end up not saying anything at all. That I still don't understand that. And I don't understand Roger Goodell for suspending him. Like, what was that about? Obviously did nothing wrong. Anyways, I feel good about that. That the Tom Brady one, just to rub it in his fucking face.
Yeah, didn't he win Super Bowl MVP or something?
Yeah, I mean,
he had to get that car straight from Roger Goodell.
Actually,
all sorts of awkward
I don't think they gave out a car this year, because Tom Brady said if he won, he would give the car to James White, but there was no car to give out. So.
Oh. Still an awkward interaction, having to hand him the Lombardi trophy.
Yeah, you saw like she shook his hand, and Roger Goodell wanted to pull out, but like Tom Brady was like, "Nah, you stay in this, and I'm keep talking to you." I'm like, "Yeah."
And the way the cameras had it framed, Goodell was literally looking up to him. I mean, I know he's naturally
like
bigger,
6'5".
but the camera was.
And shout out to the people in Houston that was booing boy Goodell.
Good for them.
Who did you want? You didn't care either?
I kind of wanted the Falcons to win, but I didn't. Like, I wasn't hurt when the Patriots won. I was mostly hurt that the Falcons blew such a big lead.
Yeah.
Like, if it had been back and forth, I wouldn't have cared.
I mean, this is the year of blowing big leads. You got the Warriors, you got the Indians. I think they're up 3-1, right?
Yeah.
And you got, I don't watch college football, but they probably blew a big lead too. I don't know. Who cares? Well, like, this has been like a pretty good year for championship games. They've been pretty exciting for the ones I watched. And even the college game, I'm pretty sure that came down to the last play too.
Yeah, the very last play.
I wonder why is that? Probably just a coincidence. I don't know. We'll go over quarter by quarter what the game was. What? Right. What you laughing at?
No, we're gonna go quarter by quarter.
Yeah, okay. We gotta break this down. We gotta show that we know about football. I'm really smart, so I gotta flex my brain. So the first quarter was scoreless. The Falcons were hitting hard over the middle with their safety. From the very first snap of the throw to Julian Edelman, like I tell, like this is exactly what they need to do. Make them not go over, like through the middle.
They need to break some legs.
I mean, ultimately that's what you really want to do, but you can't do that these days. They'll pull a flag out real quick. The defense was like getting good pressure. Besides Vic Beasley, who had surprisingly, I didn't even notice, which they improves my point even more. Vic Beasley only had one pressure throughout the whole game. I forgot Vic Beasley was on the Falcons at one point. So like the last play, I forgot he was even on the team. I thought like Big 97. You know who Big 97 is?
No.
On the Falcons, he was getting on them sacks. I voted him Super Bowl MVP.
That worked out.
I mean, it was halfway through the fourth quarter. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna start voting now. And 6 minutes later, like Jesus. I wasn't surprised that it was scoreless because most Super Bowls was like a low score in the first quarter. The Patriots' offensive line was not that good, and the Falcons' offensive line was able to like run block really well. For some reason, I don't know. An underrated thing I forgot about: Alex Mack was playing on a broken leg.
Yeah.
I don't know how football players do it.
Magic.
Why don't basketball players do
Mr.
it?
Miyagi.
Like these are like how much tranquilizer, like medicine, like what how much is like he hopped up on, like you not feeling a broken leg?
All of the cocaine.
I guess it helped. Well, maybe not. Yeah, he played well. But like why don't basketball players do that?
Because they're weak.
Wouldn't the leg snap? Like even if you don't feel the pain, it'll still snap under your pressure. I don't know. These sports science is like really good. The second quarter, the Falcons have 2 5-play touchdown drives. The number of plays is very important. There's only 5 plays to start the second quarter. They 1 for 71, 1 for 62. The Falcons are blocking overall is pretty good, and the run blocking was great again. Their left guard, the left tackle, and Julio Jones are blocking really well and letting that boy Freeman run for some long gains. The Patriots couldn't get anything, mostly due to the part on the D-line. Was getting pressure on Brady, sacked him a couple times.
Yeah.
Now that you're going through this, like, tell me what you were feeling, the ebbs and flow of this game. Because I was feeling some pretty strong emotions. I don't know about you.
I was mostly out of it.
What do you mean?
Because it was right after that Saturday was really busy for me.
Mm-hmm.
I was tired. Just dead for the whole day. I tasted paint in my mouth.
Why?
Which is a story I don't want to...
No, go on. No.
There was splatter on the mask that I was using, but there were holes for me to breathe
Please
through.
explain what you're talking about.
Okay, so I was at paintball with a couple friends.
There's only one paintball place in the whole world?
No.
Okay, go on.
I was at paintball, doesn't matter where. I got hit in the face a couple times, but the mouth holes that they have in the masks for you to breathe through don't block paint from coming in. And so when it splattered on my mask, it would go through the breathing areas and straight into my mouth.
Well, that's better than like breathing carbon dioxide all day and then dying on the field.
I guess.
Yes. Because that's the alternative, because if there's no breathing holes, you would die. So I feel like you're blaming them for making it like that.
No.
Okay. Anyways.
No, I just tasted paint and I was tired, so I wasn't in the mood for a Super Bowl.
You know those things only come around once a year. You couldn't reschedule that?
No.
It's the biggest game of the year.
Besides, I don't care.
Alright.
It's not like any of my teams were in it.
Oh, poor Vikings.
Shut up.
Anyway, on the third possession of the quarter, Tom Brady throws a horrible pick six to Robert Alford, which at that point, I thought the game was over. I was so excited. My dad was like, yeah. And they had a 93.8% winning probability, the Falcons did at that point. So I'm like, that really adds to how great this comeback was. Spoilers, there was a comeback if you didn't watch the Super Bowl. Anyway, I was watching that play that second half it broke down, and it was three wide receivers on the left. And the man farthest from the line run like a dummy right into coverage. So he basically gave his man the third guy on that side. He could go on somebody else and basically double team the guy going over the middle running that slant route. He jumps it and picks six. Bad decision or bad play, both by Belichick and Brady. Anyway, that was pretty much the second quarter. It didn't look too good. They had a Pats had an 11-play drive, but it ended in a field goal anyway. And I remember at the end of the second half, my dad was like, "It's safe to say the game's over." And I said, "Tomorrow the headline will be the greatest comeback in Super Bowl history." I should have betted on that game.
Shut up.
I was right. I wish I wasn't. I really wish I wasn't. But what we really came here for was halftime show breakdown.
No.
Well, why? I was really disappointed that Lady Gaga did not jump off that roof live. I wanted to have the belief that she might die on live television.
Why?
That adds to the fun. That's the reason why everyone watch football and NASCAR. There's a chance that somebody can get really hurt.
I guess.
Well, I mean, for NASCAR, that's 100% true. You do not watch that because you like fast cars.
But left turns.
Whatever.
So many left turns.
As soon as somebody dies, you act sad. No, you hyped. That's what you came here for. If somebody's not dying, I'm disappointed. Anyways.
Good for you.
Whoever started that saying that Lady Gaga has a pot belly could stop, alright? I saw a headline on Snapchat that said something to that effect. It really angered me because her stomach looked flabby, but that's because her underwear or whatever kind of pushed up all the fat the little fat that she has on her body all the way up. Now don't riot me with this one. This angers me.
Yeah, I mean that's just what happens with tight suits and stuff.
Yeah.
It pushes.
Anyways, if that was indicative of her whole stomach, she's obviously has less body fat than 75% of anyone else watching that game.
She's infinitely more fit than most of the people making those complaints.
She showed that she's really athletic. She was doing flips and stuff.
Yeah.
She's probably more athletic than Big 97 when I think about it. Anyways,
Okay.
people have made this a discussion about body shaming. So, what I'm wondering, how do you feel about body shaming?
Well, it can go either way.
I don't
See,
know. Go on.
If someone is actually in danger because of their obesity, and you're telling them point blank, you are overweight, you need to get better, that's good. You're doing it to heal, like, you're doing it for their health. There's certain extents you can go to and you shouldn't go to, but on the other hand, if it's actually, like, if it's for good reason.
I wasn't all for good reason. Like, I mean,
if you're making fun of someone who has pretty much mostly a healthy body type, if you're saying, oh, you're a fat slob, then it's like, okay, you're just being a jerk. Maybe don't be a jerk. But I don't know.
Well,
it depends on the situation for me.
What I think is, body shaming, like, it comes from within. There's no need to make fun of somebody for being fat, because, like, at the end of the day, you have to have enough self-awareness to change that.
Oh, well, yeah, making fun of them is not.
What is that? What shaming is, like, making fun of them? Like, it's okay to acknowledge somebody. Like, I feel like
people call things body shaming when it is just acknowledging, hey, you are
a fat
actually you are actually obese. You need to work on that, or you're gonna die at like 35.
Well, I mean, it was like an 800-pound guy. He lived till like he's 60 something. So, talk about fat and happy. I think his name was actually, like, he was a wrestler called Happy Humphrey.
Good for him.
Yeah, good for him. How can you even eat that much food to be 800 pounds? I never, like, get that. Like, at some point, that starts to hurt.
It's probably not all eating. Like, a lot of it is glandular issues.
I never thought about that.
Things in your body are expanding or retaining.
Well, anyways, Lady Gaga came out and said she started to hear, like, some of this conversation about body shaming. And she said, I heard my body is a topic of conversation. So I wanted to say, I'm proud of my body and you should be proud of yours too. Not if you, like, have a really fat body. You shouldn't be proud of that. I'm adding that in. No matter who you are or what you do, I give you a million reasons why you don't need to cater to anyone or anything to succeed. Be you and be relentlessly you.
Yeah, that's one of the problems I have is body positivity should only go so far. Much like body shaming. You shouldn't feel ashamed of your body, but if you are morbidly obese and are going to die, if your weight is actually causing you harm, you should probably get that looked at and helped.
Yeah, I mean, if you're healthy and, like, you enjoy the weight, no, that's two different things. If you're healthy, that comes first. Like, having a body fat percentage that is unhealthy is a finite thing. Do not be positive about your 30 body fat percentage because you will drop dead at any moment, sir. Like, this, keep it under 20. That's good and healthy. Most people, I looked at a statistic, have like 22. It's not very good. I mean, if you're a woman, it could be a little bit higher because you have breasts and you need that to make eggs and stuff. I don't know. Women are weird. Anyway, we'll move on. Be proud of yourself. Except if you're fat, you need to lose that weight. But, it's not I hate what you brought up is that fat slob. Being fat is not a personality trait. My sister always says.
I wasn't saying it was.
I know you're not, but people say that as an insult. And my sister can you describe this person to me? And she's like, yeah, she's black, she's fat. Well, thanks. Nah, I know like that helps describing the physical features, but I want to know like how she's like. And, like, being fat is not a personality trait. Doesn't mean you're a slob. Being a slob means you're a slob, actually.
Fat with pH is a personality trait.
No, that's a cover. Well, I mean, in a
means
way,
you're cool.
You're covering up. It's not cool.
Fat, pH.
It's not inherently cool to be fat. Most places, it's the opposite.
I don't speak the lingo of the youths.
I think that's mid 2000 stuff. I think we're past that pH stuff.
I hope so.
Those are like the days of like wearing FUBU and stuff. Like, we're past that.
Ew. Let's not go there.
Third quarter. I missed a large chunk of it because I was outside and why are you about to go? All right. So I don't know. I was trying to look at consolations and stuff, but I came in and I heard that the Falcons scored another touchdown, like threw a pass to Tevin Coleman. I'm like, oh, this game really is over. And I took a picture, like all the 20 cats eating at once. It was really cute. You need to follow me on Snapchat.
No.
Okay.
I need to make a Snapchat.
But I went back inside, started to sit down halfway through the quarter, and the Patriots get started on their comeback. Had better protection. Big 97 got a couple pressures, but anyway, the Patriots made a long 13-play drive, ending with a Tom Brady 5-yard pass to James White. Even though they did get a touchdown, Gostkowski misses the extra point straight off the post. I love that noise when the ball hits the post on a missed field goal. It sounds so cool.
It's just the perfect level of clank.
Yes. I think they have a mic inside of there, actually, so it sounds even better.
It's gotta be.
I thought... I was just thinking that, okay, it's not the Patriots day. They're missing freaking field goals. Gostkowski is missing field goals. He never does that. Well, this year he's been doing that a little bit more, but he's like a really good field goal kicker. They had to go to an onside kick because there's like a quarter left and down 3 scores. So the Falcons recover the onside kick. They go 3 and out at the end of the quarter and punt it at the beginning of the fourth quarter. At this point, you're back home. Did you miss most of the third quarter as well?
No, it's only like a 15-minute thing.
No, okay.
Not even a 50. It was like a 5-minute drive.
Were you watching with your dad when you came back?
Yeah.
How you feel about all this?
I don't know.
Y'all weren't talking through the game?
No. I was eating this taco dip that my family makes.
Taco dip.
It's got like refried beans, ground beef, sour cream, and it's really good.
What is refried beans?
It's beans that have been fried once and then are fried again, probably.
That's a safe assumption, but I'm just sure. Like, I'm not sure about that. Sounds very whatever.
It's good food.
Is it?
I was eating a lot of good food.
Doesn't that come in a can? Like, isn't that on the same level as like Spam and stuff and Vienna sauce?
It's not quite.
Is it one step up? It's like spotted dick level.
I don't know if anything can be spotted dick level.
Anyways, at the beginning of the fourth quarter, the Patriots started with the ball. They were able to get up the field, but Brady got sacked twice by Big 97. Shout out to him. He really needs to be like, they need to have MVPs for both sides, the loser and the winner. Because Big 97 would have had it. Anyways, they had to settle for a field goal. Falcons had the ball, and on the third play of their possession, Matt Ryan gets strip sacked. Then Tom Brady has the ball again. He gets sacked by Dwight Freeney. But they get a quick touchdown anyway, 3 plays after that. Direct snap to Amendola. Did you see how he faked that fake snap? It looked so like comical. Like it was so obvious that you didn't get the ball, buddy. Like no one fell for that anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, they got a 2-point conversion afterwards by James White running up the middle. Falcons get the ball and basically sealed the game with a field goal.
They could.
Well, yeah, they could seal the game with the field. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah.
They obviously did. This is the drive with the fantastic Julio Jones catch that put them on the New England 22. It's a 39-yard field goal. So
it's doable.
No, I mean that's more doable for Matt Bryant. It's really good. They lose a yard on the run, which is fine. Make it 40. They decide to run a long developing pass play when all they need is a field goal.
You can just run it up the middle again. Maybe you'll gain something. Maybe you'll just get stuffed.
The Patriots were blitzing, and Coleman didn't pick up Flowers on the blitz, so he just had a free run at Matt Ryan. The sack put him back to make it 12 yards, so it made a 52-yard field goal. They didn't go for it. I would have went for it to win the game. The 52 yards is not ridiculous.
No, not for Matt Bryant.
I think that's doable, and you're in the dome. I think that would have sealed the game definitely. I think that's more than doable. So they decide to punt. The Patriots drive will be remembered by Edelman's amazing catch. So Brady throws it right to a guy that should have been an interception, but no, bounces off of him. And a split second before he hits the ground, he catches it. Well, that
was a mess.
That's stuff that only happens in a movie or a TV show. How can that actually happen? Somebody those confluence of those things happen at once. I don't know. They continue to march down the field with back shoulder throws and out routes. James White finish off with a 1-yard touchdown, and a pass for Amendola for another 2 points. The Falcons get the ball back with 57 seconds left. And, like, this is the time, Matt Ryan. The epic drive. You know, redeem yourself. It's 28-28. I'm like, all right. He knows how to do this. He has, like, a timeout, I think.
No.
He didn't have a timeout?
The Falcons were out of timeouts, I believe.
Oh, yeah, because he challenged the Julio Jones. No, the Amendola catch. Yeah, you're right. And he kept throwing short passes for some reason, and then they had to punt it. And it was overtime, baby. And that's how.
They really need to change the overtime rules.
Yeah, I would have made it just an extra quarter, like
a basketball.
Yeah, like a basketball.
Yeah.
Cause then, like, you can't it's impossible to force a 15-minute possession. So you know, like, at least they'll get another possession on the other side.
Yeah.
The Patriots call heads. It was heads, and from there I knew they won. The Falcons defense was completely worn out. You know, the big 97 was all tuckered out. Dwight Freeney realized that he's like 40 years old. And everyone else was just, they were tired. They marched down the field almost effortlessly because, like I said, it was worn out. Chris Hogan caught a couple passes. As Chris Hogan caught that last, 19-yard pass, I'm like, man, Brady gonna have 5 rings. That's crazy. But it wasn't over yet. They were first and goal after a pass interference play. And Brady throws a fader route to Bennett that hits off the tips of Vic Beasley's buttery fingers, obviously. Could not catch that ball. Maybe he wasn't tired. Maybe he could jump up and caught it. But if you ran the ball, you wouldn't be in this position in the first place. Maybe, man, that's so dumb. They should have won this game. Next play, they run outside with James White and get a very close touchdown and win the Super Bowl. I thought that his knees were down, but it wasn't even like a question. As soon as he got in, they just started running around and the confetti fell down. Like, there's no question, he's in.
Didn't even give him a second.
Like, there was no second for nothing. The game was just over. Like, I watched okay. It was like a split second after the ball penetrated the line that his knee went down. So I'm like, technically, all right, but y'all need, he was in, but y'all didn't even check. The game was immediately over.
Yeah,
just give it to him. Anyway, the post-game celebration. I don't know. It was pretty. There wasn't much about it. We talk about the Goodell stuff, and they were booing them. What I liked is that when Martellus Bennett was having that interview, if you saw that, and then him and his other brother that played for the Seahawks had the emotional moment. They were both working together for this one common goal, and they both have Super Bowls now, and it's a nice story. Anyways, lasting question: is Brady the best QB ever?
I don't know. The NFL was so different back when Joe Montana was playing, and the different eras. It's so hard to compare.
Stop being reasonable, okay? Rings are everything, Sam.
Yes, then yes, he's the best quarterback of all time.
I don't like that argument. Why are rings you did this with Michael Jordan too? It's not. I mean, he is the best, but that's coincidental.
He's the best for more than just his rings.
Yeah, some would say. I would say Aaron Rodgers.
Nope.
The best. He could.
Nope.
Could do everything. I feel at the top of the quarterback tree is they're pretty much all the same. And just Tom Brady has a great coach and always has a great team and doesn't have a terrible defense. I don't think out of all the times that he's been playing on the Patriots, they had a defense that was.
No, they've just been extremely fundamental.
A defense that was higher than 10th in the league. I mean, less 11th or greater.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not necessarily fair to judge him off, but I would think if you went over pure regular season numbers, Peyton Manning would probably be the best, or Brett Favre would probably be better than him. If you went off skill, it would probably be Aaron Rodgers is better than him because he could throw every single ball. He could off one leg, probably in a squat position, probably do everything. Do a cartwheel and throw the ball. I don't know. That's the best answer to that question.
Could be Drew Brees.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. If you got a good enough.
He's got the record for most 5,000 yards.
Multiple times.
Multiple times. The only QB to do it multiple times.
Yeah, I think he got it thrice.
Yeah.
But it's just it's such a difference between the teams you gotta play with. You know how many interceptions Drew Brees got this year? Half of those off of this receivers tipping the ball into somebody else's hands. Like, that's not fair to judge him off of. Anyways, can the Patriots repeat?
No.
Why not?
Because the Falcons are going to be better next year.
What makes you say that?
And the Vikings are going to play in the Super Bowl since it's in Minnesota. They're going to be the first team to win a Super Bowl in their home stadium.
I don't think that's far-fetched.
Guaranteed.
I don't think they're going to win. I'm talking about the AFC. Like, who's going to challenge them in the AFC?
Oh, nobody. But they're just not going to win the Super Bowl.
Okay.
They're going to make it, but they're not going to win.
I was looking at the other people in the AFC. Like, people
Are Browns in the AFC? They're
Yes.
totally going to challenge. With RG3 at the helm, best quarterback of all time.
The first challenger I would think of, most people think it would be the Steelers, but I don't think they're going to be very good. I don't think, like, they're...
Especially not if they get rid of Antonio Brown.
That's not happening, but I feel like Brendan Roethlisberger is not very good. He makes very poor decisions a lot of the time. He's going to be injured badly this year because he's like 30. He's going to be 34, and he's always injured. And I just feel like this one last one's going to take him out of it. It's probably going to be his last year. I really feel that, and he's not in great shape. He looks. I think he's sad actually, because I think because like if you look at him, I think not to body shame, but I think he's been eating his feelings. Shout out to Ben and Jerry's. I think the Chiefs are another good contender that we could look at. I always loved the Chiefs. I've been loving them ever since they had Alex Smith and Andy Reid. Because I like their screenplays. I just love screens for some reason. Anyway, I was watching the Colts versus Chiefs 2013 when Andrew Luck had that amazing comeback on YouTube. The comeback wasn't on YouTube. The video was. Anyways, and like man, what's the dude name? Alex Smith is like really good, and damn good. Like I just wish he could like him and Andy Reid can just go to the Super Bowl because they're just so good. I love Travis Kelce. He has a reality TV show. I want a reality TV show when women come up to me and want to date me. Anyways, he's so charismatic. I want to be Travis Kelce.
You could always fake it.
I'm not white. Well, I guess Michael Jackson did it. Huh.
What?
Nothing.
No, I meant getting the women to come up to want to date you. YouTube pranksters fake it. I'm not sure why you couldn't fake it.
That's so gross and grimy. Oh, it's a social experiment. I want to see what happens when I grab your butt. Hate that.
It's mommy makeout day at the beach, guys.
That is like the scum of the earth. Like, who gave those people cameras or money or a right to life? Anyways, let's talk about the AFC Championship game as we're going backwards throughout the season.
Oh, yeah.
We could do this quickly. Le'Veon Bell got injured. That's why they lost. NFC Championship game. The Packers defense was not very great.
Packers are trash.
That's not true.
Yeah, the Packers are trash.
I mean, you're right to say that when they're 4-6. I mean, they probably are trash, but Aaron Rodgers is so good. And their offensive line is so good. And again, this is another instance of a player playing through an injury that a basketball would never play through. Broken ribs, Jordy Nelson? What are you on? You're like on every street drug there is. Like painkillers are not like that's so close to your lungs too. Like that's very, very sensitive. Why would you want to play with that? Like your life's in danger. Now that I think about it.
Yeah.
And when he got injured in that Giants game, I thought it was an eye injury because his little like hoodie like went over his eye. I'm like, oh my god, did his eye come out?
Just popped right out.
Yeah. I mean, it almost happened in a basketball game once. When
I saw that in China.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was disgusting.
And well, Derrick Rose broke his orbital bone like twice because he ran into like Jeremy Lin.
Because Derrick Rose is the physical embodiment of injured.
God, that sucks. The divisional round, which I like to call divisional disappointments, because most of the games were ass, and the Cowboys didn't win. Packers versus Cowboys. Well, why didn't Zeke have 30 rushes?
Nobody knows.
Aaron Rodgers is probably the greatest player ever, like I said. But he's never going to like be considered for that because he don't have the rings.
Also, he's trash.
Texans versus Patriots. What a defense is so great, but Brock Osweiler is going to be like...
Okay, he's real trash.
Like, he reminds me of like because he's wearing that like the white sleeves in that game, like somebody like a male ballerina.
He's Brandon Whedon.
No, I'm talking about he's so skinny and frail, and he can't he's not strong at all. He's just like really tall, and he's a millionaire now. Yeah, Brady struggled against the Texans defense, and they almost won the game by themselves. But Brock Osweiler got throw 2 interceptions, and that swung the game so much. Wouldn't that be cool? We had the Texans going to the Super Bowl in Texas. It'll be in Texans versus Cowboys. That's what should have happened.
No.
Not that rigging stuff. That's how I know it's not rigged, because that should have happened.
That would have been terrible.
How so?
Money-wise?
I don't understand.
It would have just been people from Texas. It wouldn't have, not entirely, but you would have had a lot less people coming from New England, from Atlanta, flying over to Texas, people from LA. It would be less of a countrywide thing and more of just a Texas thing.
So when the Titans went to the Super Bowl, no one really remembers that one.
Precisely.
I love the Titans. They have great uniforms. I can't name a damn player on that team besides the quarterback. And don't ask me to name that player.
Name him.
Marcus Mariota.
Yeah.
Okay. Dolphins versus Steelers. I think I picked this game on a podcast one day. I said the Dolphins. They didn't win, and Matt Moore got fucked. You remember that hit?
Yeah.
He got popped by like a linebacker, and he's got how didn't he die at that spot? How are you able to take these hits all the time? I just do not get football. That's why I like it so much. They're killing each other, but they're not dying.
They're killing each other, but they're not dying.
That's all I took from that game, because I was really invested into the game as I was watching it, but realistically they had no chance. Matt Moore's really good though. The wacky wild card weekend.
Wacky.
It has a bunch of blowouts. Not that wacky. Besides, no, it was a bunch of blowouts.
Everything is trash.
But let's talk about the themes of the season. The Tony Romo situation. So, the biggest story of the year, some would say, was a great play of rookies Dak Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott. It was endlessly debated when Tony Romo was cleared to play, and it was debated should he start over Dak Prescott. So, at the time, what did you think should have happened?
I'm glad. I don't know. Dak Prescott should have continued playing.
Why?
Because why put Tony Romo in when there were 3 games left in the season?
I have more than that. I have 5 or 6.
Oh well. What if he got injured again? Then you would have taken Prescott out of his rhythm for no reason. I
don't know if it works like that, because they still got practice.
Yeah, but he wouldn't have been starting. He wouldn't have been playing with the starting crew. It would have been if they would have switched over to Tony Romo completely.
So we bring up the injury thing. I don't think that's a great argument to not put him in. If you watch him in practice and he's better than what Dak Prescott is, I will put him in.
Clearly he wasn't, because they didn't.
Oh yeah, but they never came out and the reason that they came out and said is that we don't want to knock Dak off his rhythm. Well, you don't have to worry about his rhythm if you win the rest of the games and go to the Super Bowl and you win that. It doesn't matter at that point. Dak will be here. Tony Romo only has a few years left, and he has been better than what Dak Prescott is now. And if you can get that back right now, you have.
And why isn't Tony Romo led them to?
He hasn't had this He had this offensive line for 1 year, and when he had it for 2 years, but he got injured last year at Thanksgiving game, and the year before that, he had the controversial catch, not a catch versus the Packers.
Because the Packers are trash.
Which was a catch in my eyes, but
yeah.
And he probably in that year there were picks a dark horse to go to the Super Bowl that year. He is a victim of being of unfortunate events. Obviously, he got injured.
Yeah.
When he has the best offensive line in the league multiple years in a row, and I was going to make the point that the offensive line would protect him from getting injured, but that's obviously not true, because he got injured last year, and Derek Carr got injured this year behind a great offensive line. But I'm if he's better, just put him in. If you, I'll put it like this: if you're playing Madden and your backup is an 86, and the guy with injured comeback, he's a 95. You wouldn't put that you put that 95 back so fast.
It depends.
Why?
Because I like to play with mobile quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's a choice between like Peyton Manning and Russell Wilson, I would probably go with Russell Wilson. Well, I can do more with him.
Well, if you're playing like Madden 16 or Madden 17, like Peyton Manning is just not the same probably in those games.
Okay, Tom Brady or Russell Wilson.
All right. Okay. Well,
when we're talking about Madden, it's a bit of a different conversation.
All right. I'll tell you the truth. I put that thing on auto reorder, and then I get my favorite players, and I put them first. So I mean, I'm kind of like biased too, like Jerry Jones. He wanted to put Romo back in. I'm just saying, if he was better, just put him back in. It doesn't matter. Like, don't worry about injury. Don't worry about rhythm. I just don't. At the end of the game, I think football, you have to be so focused to execute things right that anything else, like any ideas outside of football, are irrelevant because you have to be locked into your assignment. So, like, when they talk about distractions with Odell Beckham and his crew going to Miami, none of that matters when you're trying to catch that ball. Like, when you're trying to catch this ball, you're not thinking about all the strippers you had sex with in Miami, necessarily.
They might be. They could just be hazy because they were out partying all night.
But that was a week ago, a week before the game. I mean, you can't get over a hangover. In a week, you're not a great athlete in the first place. I don't know. It's just ridiculous that
everybody's garbage.
No, Odell Beckham's the best. I was thinking I wanted to make a Madden team, like my quarterback with all my favorite players. Like quarterback, we got Cam Newton. Behind him, Alex Smith. My two tight ends are Gronk and Kelsey. And I got Antonio Brown, so he can Facebook Live the whole game from the bench. He's not playing. They got Odell Beckham. We got Ezekiel Elliott doing like a little eating thing. And I got 5 David Bakhtiaris with a long flowing hair on my offensive line. I think that's a pretty good team. Anyway, we'll move on. Dak Prescott finished with 67.8% completion percentage, 3,667 yards, 23 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, 104.9 passer rating. Pretty good for a rookie. Mm-hmm. Ezekiel Elliott had 322 rushes. That's a lot. Yeah. If he does that again for like 3 more years, that's it for him.
Yeah.
1,631 yards, 5.1 yards per carry. That's great, and 15 touchdowns. Things they might look for in the offseason is getting a dominant defensive end in this draft, because this draft is loaded. Have you been looking at the draft?
No.
Like projections? No? Alright then. But we'll keep it moving. The extra point kicking has been a theme of the season. Even though it got changed 2 years ago, I think it's still like frustrating to watch if you're a fan of any team and it comes down to kicking a field goal. So it got moved back to 33 yards 2 years ago, like I said, and I'm gonna look at the statistics right now. Only a couple teams that got 100%. Dallas, Indianapolis, Los Angeles, Pittsburgh, and Baltimore. Usually it's like most of the teams get 100, and there's only like a few idiot teams like the Bengals that have like less than 100 on a regular, because it's only like freaking 2 yards away. Mm-hmm. So they see numbers all the way, like the lowest is your Vikings with 78% success on field goal attempts.
Okay.
I mean on point after attempts. How you feel about that?
We didn't score that many points, so we didn't score many touchdowns. So having a low percentage, we had less mistakes, less chances to make mistakes.
And you still find a way to make them. Nice. Anyways, I mean that's next year when you have that Super Bowl run. That's how you're gonna lose the game next year.
I will murder you.
So you see your Vikings versus Browns. You said that's your pick right now.
Yeah, sure.
All right, so I think Jamie Collins is gonna jump over the line and block and just stuff the kick right into his face, and the game's gonna be a 7-6 thriller with the Browns winning it in overtime. What a shitty game. So, do you like how the kicker has more power and responsibility amid? Yes. Really?
Yeah.
I'm surprised.
Kickers shouldn't just get free rides anymore. Not that they were getting free rides before, but Now they have to work for every aspect of their game.
But I mean, that's kind of like an odd thing. Like the kicker has this, like he has so much swing in the game, even though like he's not like getting his head bashed in like everyone else is. Which I'm not saying that the kicker should be subjugated to anything less than what he is now.
They should just get rid of roughing the kicker penalties.
No, that'd be terrible because the guy he's standing on one leg basically, and you're running at that leg.
Just dive at the knees with the crown of your helmet, just right at the knees.
I want all helmet to helmet hits. I want NFL blitz in real life. That'd be pretty cool.
Complete with knives.
Is that in that game?
In one of them, probably.
Good. I don't mind though. That's suspense. Most people say that's artificial suspense, but this whole game is artificial. Do you remember like any game throughout this year that was like that really stood out to you? That like was your favorite? Like I really enjoyed that game.
The first Vikings-Packers game this season.
Was that like game 3?
Like week 3.
Yeah. What was that game? How did that game go?
Went pretty well. The Vikings won.
Well, I mean, that's all you care about.
Trey Wins pick 6. His name is Trey Waynes, but he won the game. So I call him Trey Wins. Oh. Because I'm original like that. It was just the Vikings winning. Their defense was good. Sam Bradford was Sam Bradford.
Mm-hmm. And
he's been good this year.
He was really good. He had like a 70-something% completion percentage on 5 and 6 yard throws getting there 5 and 6 yards at a time. Anyways, that's probably like...
He still holds the NFL record, so I don't...
Whatever. He's never going to have it for yards. That's safe to say.
Never say never.
So that was, their 4th to last win of the season? Not to taunt you or anything. Totally to taunt you. My favorite game was the Chiefs versus Broncos. Week 12. Went to overtime.
Trash.
That was a fantastic game. I'm not talking about the second one. That second one was trash. It was like 33-10. And that's the second one was actually good though, cause what's the guy name? Dantari Poe, the 400-pounder, threw a touchdown pass. Yeah,
he did the basketball thing.
Yeah. But on week 12, we went to overtime. Trevor Siemian looking like he was gonna look pretty good, throwing nice passes and stuff, nice long passes.
Then he got injured, right?
Was it that game? I don't think it was that game. I don't remember it being that game. I remember. And it didn't matter if he did get injured because it went down to the Chiefs. It went down to the Broncos kicking a field goal, and I love that again when he missed it, it hit the post. It made that beautiful noise, and it even resonated with me even more. I mean, that's most of the reason why I like the game because it made that noise and it resonated with me. That man, they lost the game, and that's a noise that's gonna send it out.
Orgasmic for you.
Yes, it is orgasmic. I can't believe I admitted that. Anyway. I got victories and vengeances, Sam. And mostly vengeances this week. So, to explain what this is where we did this on the game podcast as well. We go over things in the past week, the good things and the bad things. People I want to commend, people I want to shit on. So, do you have any that come to mind? Over the past
nothing
week?
coming to mind immediately.
Alright, well, mine is Bill Simmons. He was interviewing Steve Kerr and he was asked about a certain motion in the offense. He was like, what's that thing called when a player comes to set a screen but doesn't really set the screen and runs away quickly? And could you, based on that, what he said, could you guess what play that was?
No.
A person comes to set the screen and he immediately runs away and rolls to the basket. What
pick and roll?
No. He doesn't actually set the screen. He runs away as soon as he comes up and he runs back.
No idea.
I'm surprised. Steve Kerr says, a slip? It's called a slip screen. You don't know that?
No, I don't. Because
you play 2K. How do you not know that?
Because I don't play 2K that much, that well. I'm not that into 2K. I just go for dunks and threes.
Well, if you use a slip,
full court shots.
If you use, that's not a good strategy. If you use a slip screen in 2K, you'll get a lot of dunks that way. Because the guy that's on a big man will come up too high, and the guy will be back and throw a lob, and you get a dunk. So you should do that more often.
Okay.
But again, it's okay for a person like you, that's a casual fan, not to know what a slip screen is. But Bill Simmons has been around for 20 years, and you don't know what a slip screen is. I'm gonna ask him, has he ever played 2K? Like, seems like we're other parent. Like the first time I ever played 2K, I was holding down B too long, and it said slip. I'm like, what does that mean? And then I know now. Anyways, what do you have anything that come to mind again?
No, nothing for this.
Well, anything you're looking forward to for the Vikings this off season?
Maybe some offensive line help because they just cut 2 offensive linemen.
They weren't doing anything anyway.
No, they weren't. But now we don't even have depth to help.
You know, they should have they should use like props instead of actual people, because I think that would work better out than what y'all have.
Just put some like tables.
Yeah, you know, like the cement
cinder blocks.
Yeah, like cinder blocks, and then have them crash through like the Juggernaut in an X-Men movie. I think that'd be a lot better than what y'all have. Anything else like on defense? I think y'all set on defense.
Yeah, I think we're set on defense.
Running game. Is Adrian Peterson gonna leave?
If he leaves, maybe. But if he stays, then no.
Mm-hmm. So you think you're just an offensive line away from the Super Bowl? They're asking for a lot.
Okay, offensive line, and then Laquan Treadwell needs to actually play.
Mm-hmm.
Play well.
And that's it.
Yeah.
All right.
I think that'll be it.
They have the work cut off from them. It's probably not going to happen.
And our defense doesn't need players. It just needs to not collapse halfway through a season.
Like, not get injured.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Have you been keeping up with the Charles Oakley thing?
Charles Oakley?
Charles Oakley? I never
No.
said his name out loud before, so that was
odd.
odd.
Oakley. No, I haven't been keeping up with that because I have a real life with real friends.
Don't lie to me. You just say no, alright? Anyways. So basically at the next game, Knicks versus Clippers, Charles Oakley was trying to go sit in his seat. It was like down on the lower bowl, not on the court side, but pretty low down. He was going to the seat and security confronted him. They have video of this. You look it up right now. Confronted him and try like say like, what are you doing here or whatever. Like he bought a ticket and he said he bought a ticket, so like let him go to the spot, and like they were touching on him and stuff, like grabbing on him, and he slapped his hands off, and then he eventually, I think he like slapped a guy or something, and he was like, yeah, he got arrested and went to jail. I mean, no, not to jail. He went to like the precinct. That's what they call it.
And holding.
Yeah, and holding. But
Oh, he didn't slap the guy. I mean, he just poked him really hard.
He's gonna keep on like slapping their hands down and stuff and pushing them back.
Well, I mean, everyone needs to calm down.
Yeah, I mean, so do you know about like how the disaster the Knicks are?
They're pretty bad.
No, I'm talking about on the basketball court. We already know that. I'm talking about like from the management, like James Dolan. Does that ring a bell to you?
No.
It doesn't.
No, because I'm a casual fan. Extremely casual.
Well, tell me something that you do know then.
I know that they're trash.
No, about the NBA.
I know the Knicks are a poorly run franchise because you don't sign the players that they signed this offseason and expect to be contending for the finals.
Mm-hmm. I thought they were going to the finals. I don't know about you. They're the Browns of next year, this year.
I don't think you get rid of a guy like Derek Williams when you need someone that can make plays.
The guy that got cut from the Heat?
I don't know about that.
Yeah, he's the guy that got cut from the Heat this year.
Okay, good for him. He's with the Cavs now. He's going to get another ring, maybe.
Hopefully.
No, not hopefully.
Why, you not rooting for LeBron?
LeBron doesn't need more rings. LeBron needs to calm down and stop demanding playmakers when he's a playmaker. Be the playmaker you want to see on your team.
Oh, that sounds proverbial. Be the playmaker you seek.
Be the playmaker you seek, LeBron.
But, I mean, I don't have a problem with it. He could talk whatever he wants. I mean, when he's talking about, I don't want to parse that. People have done that too much. I don't want to talk about that.
Okay.
The Cavs are probably going to go to the finals. Who cares? I mean, he keeps playing all these minutes. He's probably going to tear something, but LeBron's a superhuman, apparently. Don't have your thumbs up for that. We're not rooting for that. We don't want to see freaking Kyle Lowry in the finals. I don't want to see.
I do.
Really?
Yeah, let's go Raptors.
They're going to get swept in like 4 games.
Even better. Let's go Raptors.
You want the Golden State to win their championship?
No.
Who do you want to win then?
Well,
Don't say Timberwolves. Yeah.
The Jazz.
The Jazz. Oh, why? Because you can identify with their best player.
Yeah. Who is their best player?
Gordon Hayward. Gordon Hayward.
Oh man, he needs to win. He needs to win.
I bet.
Ever since his college days, I felt really bad for him.
Why? Because he missed that game-winning thing in championship.
He needs a win in his life.
Okay, we don't give out championships based on people who deserve them.
Mark, listen to what you're saying.
We
do give it to the team that deserves it most.
I'm not talking about like
the team that deserves it is the team that wins it.
Well, yeah, I'm not talking about. We don't give out championships to people who like.
Oh no, not just because they deserve it, but
like
they're gonna win.
Tracy McGrady deserves to get out of the second round. That never happened. Like he's so great that like he put so much work, and you think like his work should have put him there. Like Gordon Hayward, like he like got his balls crushed in the final seconds of that game because he missed that game where it doesn't mean he deserves to go to the finals and win.
No, but he needs it.
What do you mean he needs it?
He needs it.
Why?
It's a thing, like, he's missing... He could die.
He needs to get another haircut.
He needs to win before he dies. He needs to win something in his life. Or it'll be pitiful, and no one will show up to his funeral.
I think he'll enjoy playing esports. He can win League of Legends.
Forgotten. Did you hear they're making NBA 2K esports?
Yeah. I'm not into it. I don't know. I don't like playing sports games competitively because I feel there's a lot of cheesing going on. It's like 1 degree away from a fighting game.
Could be.
I don't like how you can't control all your players at once. I know that's like impossible to do, but
that
like
is impossible.
You're always gonna get beaten on play action if you're playing Madden, and you're always gonna get dunked on in 2K because I mean they just favor offense in that game, which makes sense. But anyways, so what I'm looking forward to next NFL season is that hopefully they get rid of preseason games. I know it's not happening. I don't want a preseason to be there anymore. So that's just another opportunity for people to get injured. They can do that in the NBA, get rid of preseason, and really, I make this a more NBA thing. Why do we play 82 games? I know that's never like going down because they make too much money. But I think the reason why the NFL makes so much money, not only that it's like a great game, is that there's scarcity in it.
Yeah.
You make a scarcity. They do that like with makeup and shoes and stuff. Like, oh, we're all out of stock.
We're all out of amiibo.
Yeah, I mean, we have a bunch of little Chinese kids working their tails off, but they got tired, so we don't have any more. Even though like we have billions of these, like they could make like a false scarcity, like what they do with that stuff, and drive up the price, like the ticket price or even like the TV contracts. They can get paid more because there's less games, and the more like. They would make the game like a game versus Detroit, like Detroit versus the Magic, would be a lot more attractive. Get more people will watch it and it'll be more meaningful. The season was only let's say 50 games or 48 games. Like I don't feel that we need to like every team needs to play every other team. Like in the NFL, I wonder what it would look like if the Saints played the Dolphins this year, but I didn't get that. I'll never know how the 2016 Saints looked out against the 2016 Dolphins. I mean,
okay.
I don't. Is that? Are you get what I'm saying, or is that just not?
I get what you're saying. I just disagree.
There's like a level of like a mystery with that. So like when you go to the playoffs and you see the team for a certain team, well, it wouldn't work like that. But like you get to the finals and you see the Western Conference team for the first time. There's something there's something like a level of mystery with that game one. What's gonna happen? Like you really don't know. In these regular season games, you can kind of tell, like in the season series, what's going to happen. Like the Cavs, the Christmas Day, they beat the Warriors in a kind of fluky way, which they kind of did last year too. Like they didn't really deserve to win that title because Draymond Green got suspended, and like Steph Curry was kind of injured. Like there's a confluence of things that need to go in their way, and that's how they won the game during Christmas. Like stuff just went their way. And then the second game, Warriors blew them out by a lot. And that's probably how, like, when Warriors win games, they're going to blow you out. And that's probably how the finals are going to go. And, like, you just predict it very easily. Like, those games didn't happen. I legitimately would not know how the finals would go. I don't know. There's like a level of mystery to that. And if there's 50 games or less, there'll be less injuries and there'll be more time to space out the season.
Yeah, true.
And make the product overall better, but how much I don't know. And the owners would never do it because they like just filling their pockets up with money, and they only care about themselves at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I hate basketball owners too. I got a lot of stuff on my chest, Sam. We need to. I hate the CBA, the new CBA that happened. Like they basically gonna keep the star players on the same team. Like you know about that? Like they give them the Supermax.
Yeah.
It's like we're gonna keep DeMarcus Cousins in this terrible situations for the rest of his career, and he might not ever make the playoffs for the rest of his career. As the form he is now.
That's too bad.
It is too bad. No, I felt that tone in your voice. You think you don't care about DeMarcus Cousins because he's not Gordon Hayward, huh?
No, I care about Boogie. Because he went to Kentucky, right?
Yeah, and he won a championship with John Wall and Eric Bledsoe.
Yeah.
I'd
like to see those three back together.
I mean, yeah, they're a pretty good team. All go to Washington.
No, they should all go to Minnesota. Yeah, they should go to Washington.
Gross. Minnesota's gross.
Sorry, who's the best team in the league from that state?
I'm about to say, where are you going with this? Anyway, you got any, hour?
Yeah, it's been an hour.
Jesus, I didn't even know we went for. I feel like we've been doing this for 25 minutes, actually.
Good for you.
What do you mean, good for me?
I'm glad it felt short to you.
Oh. Okay.
Anyway, do I have any what?
You have anything else to say?
No, not really.
All right, we're done here. We'll see you later.